how can we talk about Ormel without saying how much he changed our lives and
Mm.
the way that we see life and experience it and being ourselves. Papa, you taught me so much about feeling comfortable in my own skin and celebrating that. Yeah, I think of every time we were with you, it was always so full of life and yet very
Mhm.
real. And I love all the things that you taught me along the way. So
Mhm.
thank you.
Thank you for loving well, Ormal. Thank
Yeah.
you for taking some young punks and bringing us under your arms and in your shelter, you and Sandy, and just putting up with our immaturities or whatever it was. Thank you for really going after God, God's presence
Yeah.
above everything else. Thank you for being an apostle in that way, of going to the churches, going out with this idea of, not this idea, but with this strong, message of God's presence, of creating a place where God can dwell. And it just was so influential to us as a younger generation to be there and to be in this. When you invited us to Pastor's Power Up 5 years ago, really a transforming week in our lives.
Yeah, and Kenny has known you all his life, basically, you and Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to, once I married him and got to know you guys, then I got to inherit you as Mama and Papa too. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, and I think about the verse that says, "These things that you've learned, pass them on to other people." That's the abbreviated version, but basically, Ormal, that's what you did. You found people, you found younger pastors and ministers. You took us under your wing.
Yeah.
You brought us into your family. You brought us into your home many times.
Mhm.
We went on road
Thank you.
trips. We went and did river rafting. We did all these things. I'm sure many people there today in the audience can go, yeah, I remember all the times that Ormal and Sandy did these things with us, and the selfless kind of pulling us under your wings and then passing along these things of God to us, and this kind of fervor and passion for God's presence that you brought us to. Man, the times we had in your family room worshiping God, there were some crazy moments there. One thing I love about you, Armo, is that we'd have this encounter with Jesus, and then a few minutes later, like we were eating, hot fudge sundaes or something, and just being wild and crazy. Thank you so much for being that way. Thank you, Ormo and Sandy, for keeping everything real
Yeah.
and really seeing, like Trisha, what you were saying about everything's holy.
Yeah. Thank you for helping us to live life fully with God in the center of everything that we do,
Mm-hmm.
everything we did.
But
Thank you for teaching us that.
I think about Ecclesiastes. I think it says something about uh, it's talking about the commands of God, but really I take it to being about everything about the Lord. So as you're walking along, as you're at night, and to always be talking about and about these things of God. And basically, you did that. You made it just all the time. It was always this thing about as we're walking along, as we were driving, as we were floating the river, as we were doing this and that and the other. It just felt like we were always having this encounter with the Lord around you, Ormo. And we just want to thank you so much for investing in our lives. I remember one time I was going to do a worship seminar or something at a district Assemblies of God event. And I was kind of like wondering, I wonder who's going to show up for this, And here's Ormal Chapin. Out of everybody, I mean, the dude knows a lot about worship and knows about playing keyboards and know what am I going to teach him? But he's the first one in there. I think it was right after lunch, and he walked in with his notebook in hand and sat smack right in front of me on the front row. Talk about a little bit intimidating, and yet at the same time totally made me feel relaxed. Was joking around with me, and then the whole time was just encouraging me. I remember his looks of so much love and encouragement during that, and it just was amazing to me as a young pastor to have someone support me so much. And that's just pretty much the way Orma was. And Orma, we had a lot in common with our love for piano, for songwriting, for singing, worship, uh,
Even the silly songs.
Even the silly songs. Some of them are in recordings. Maybe they'll even play one there today. I don't know. But I almost knocked you off your stool one time with a silly song I sang. I love it.
She's cooking on that dirty stove. In her eye there is some matter that keeps slipping in the batter, and she's cooking as the runs down her nose. Down her nose, down her nose. She keeps cooking as the runs down her nose. Down her nose, down her nose. She keeps cooking as the runs down her nose.
Yeah, we just want to say thank you so much for your investment in our life. Sandy, we want to just say to you that we count ourselves as son and daughter, and we will be there. Hopefully, we won't bother you too much, but we're gonna be part of your life, Dad Gum, for the rest
Like
of your
always,
life.
like we always have been.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we'll see you in a minute.
yeah,
You, Sandy, and also Papa.
yeah. So
Because it will be like a minute when our time comes as well. Mhm.
yeah, thank you so much, Ormal. We just pay you tribute today for the encouragement you are.
Yeah.
I'd just like to encourage everyone in the audience today to find a Timothy, to find someone that you can encourage, to just make that a tribute to Ormal Chapin.
Yeah.
That you'll find a young person or someone younger than you, even older than you, and you'll pull them under your wings and you will live life with them.
When I think of Papa, I think of the verse about loving God with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and loving our neighbor as ourselves. Because Papa was so good. And how do we love ourselves? I think of that, and it's when you allow yourself to be fully loved by God. And Papa was so good at that, because then in return, the love that was given to him, he was able to lavish out on others in like in a remarkable way. So when I think of him and I think of that verse, I think of he displayed that so well.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you, Papa.
Thank
We'll
you, Papa
continue to
Ormal.
live as you taught
Yes.
us how to live.
Yes. We celebrate your life. We
Yeah.
celebrate that you are with Jesus. We celebrate with the family.
Yep, we love you
And
all.
we mourn with the family. And we love you all so
We're going
much.
to miss Papa
Mm,
here on this earth for
yes.
sure.
God bless you all.
Love you.